As we, graduated high school, I joined the military, and I don't want to say that I was living a sinful life, but I was kind of just doing what I wanted to do. Not really attending church, not following like I should have been. And that all kind of changed as we got out of the military, moved out of that phase of our life and into an actual career field. We were having trouble trying to, kind of have our own plan, and trying to get pregnant and have our first child. And the struggle was real. That was one of the most stressful times in our relationship. We tried different doctors, different medicines. Nothing was working until we quit trying. And it was in God's time that He blessed us with our daughter. And then again, trying to live our timeline after we had our daughter, we wanted to move to Atlanta. We made our human connections instead of listening to what God was telling us. And we made the moves and got to Atlanta. And that was the second most stressful time of our life. Working 6 days a week, no family time, crazy schedules. And God opened up another door to bring us back to Dothan, Alabama. When we got back was when we really started putting our foot in the ground and saying, we got to find a church home. We'd had numerous people tell us that Harvest was a place we needed to visit. So we started watching online, did that for about a year and a half. Finally, Riley asked, well, why don't we go to church? I was like, you know what, baby, you're right. So we got up that Sunday morning, we came to church, and we try our best to make every Sunday. And she loves it. She's thriving. And Pastor Ralph connects immediately. When we were watching online, he's just got a way of connecting with people. So we got to a point that the only person we wanted to hear preach was Pastor Ralph. We didn't want to hear anybody else until Bill Urey came last year for the Fall Renewal Conference. He talked about giving up your pride, picking up your cross and following Jesus. And I had been battling pride issues in the workplace. And he spoke to me. He said, maybe it's that boss at work that you're struggling with. And it almost brought me to tears in that service because I felt like he was zoned right in on me. That following Monday, I went in and I talked to my boss, and he started crying and said, I've been praying for this because I didn't know what happened. And I told him that I'd prayed about it after the service. And I think that was kind of the little snowball that kind of started to turn into this avalanche that we have at work now. We've had multiple people, a couple that attend Harvest, that have really strengthened their walk with Christ. And the fire is just, it is roaring at Karen's Army Airfield. Let me tell you something. We've got another buddy, we went and attended his testimony, and he is just on fire for Jesus. And he's actually the one that organized our weekly Bible study that we do every Thursday. We sit down, we got a group that ranges between 5 and 15 people, depending on the schedules that we're working. And we sit down and we do about 45 minutes. And it's just a time for some brothers to get together, forgive each other for things that have been said, and really just talk things out. And it's really strengthened a lot of relationships at work. God's plan and God's time is really what, that's really the timeline that you're walking on. You may think that you know what's best for you and your family, but God's plan is much, much greater, and it'll change your life. That's it. Love you.